Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's happy, healthy, and doing well. So it is witching hour. You can see how glowing this was. But let us start and begin. So, last bit of happy that I had. Anyway, fucking 3 in the morning, so um, I, I have no clue or idea which one is picking me up. But, no, I already read that passage yesterday. Checo Dascoli burned at the stake, 1327. Okay. The cart, surrounded by a jeering crowd, hauled by the condemned man to an open space where a tall wooden stake had been set up and firewood piled at its foot. Men at arms hauled the prisoner from the cart and bound him to the stake. Then, after a few words from the churchmen in attendance, a torch was plunged into the wood, and condemned man's screams mingled with and the condemned man's screams mingled with the roaring of the flames. In medieval Europe, that was the punishment for heresy. But this was the first time this punishment had been meted out for the practice of magic. Uh, Cecco d'Ascoli, Dascoli, 1257 1327, became a professor of astronomy and astrology at the University of Bologna in 1322 and wrote a commentary on the Desfera of John of Sac- Sacrobosco. Sacrobosco. Uh, the astronomy text used all over Europe at that time, his commentary was full of references to magic and included instructions on summoning a spirit named Floron into a magical statue. Checo soon found himself hauled in front of the Inquisition. Condemned as a heretic, he lost his professorship, was barred from teaching. Shortly afterward, he left Bologna uh, and found a position as court astrologer to the Duke of Florence. Even so powerful a patron, however, could not protect him, and in 1327 he was condemned. He was a relapsed heretic and sent to the stake. Checo's terrible fate was a harbinger of much worse to come, for he was the first to be condemned as a heretic for magical practices. Until his time, under the guidance of the Episcopi, the Catholic Church had dismissed the practice of magic as were superstition, forbidden by church law but punishable only by a minor penance. Heresy, in contrast, was one of the worst crimes under canon law, and once magic was redefined as heresy, the door was open to violent persecutions of the following centuries. You hear that? The fucking Catholic Church, y'all. Medieval Europe. Yes, he also canon episcopi, ninth century. The great Valius witch trials begin in 1428. Okay. So what was that? It was Checo. Yeah, Checo Dascoli burned at the stake. 1327. Ooh, let's see here. I'm gonna start off with Bifrost to see what she has to say. Well, not she, but Nah, messenger of the gods, Lin, reassurance and protection. I see tits on both of them. Yeah, let's see what she has to say. Creativity, novelty, artistic struggle. In Cancer. Okay. Your feelings, attitudes from the past about use your intuition and relationships, the beauty of do it with your partner's hand. So, not understanding the misfit of going through this artistic struggle is, a sense of springing to new beginnings, ambition for a brand new hunt. You know, you could be a fluffy guy who isn't comfortable with their own skin, but you know what? She's riding a bear. And if you ask me, shit, yeah, see, guarding the treasure, fairness and judgment. Uh, Give me 1 second. Yeah, Spirit of Lightning. Um, yeah, I should start posting it. Uh, it's Oscar Avina 30 at gmail.com. OSCARAV as in Victor, INA 30. Decision, performance, and impact. Okay. Spirit of lightning. So it's like type shit. See, judgment. I should post it on there now. Uh, mm, let's see what this is about. So, this creativity and artistic struggle. I'm gonna pull 3 cards out. I haven't used this deck in a fat ass minute. So, instead of three, I got four. So, this person is releasing themselves of, understanding the novelties that they're going, the struggles, writer's block. I haven't made music in like fucking fat ass minute either. Like last night, yesterday, I just made a beat and that shit went pretty hard. Yeah, and it's getting that understanding that oftentimes we all go through a struggle, we all go through a phase, but who's gonna help us go through that? And so, as I'm currently caffeinating right now during this witching hour, it's like 3 in the fucking morning. It's like windy as shit. Just finished snow. Ugh. Fucking and the spring of a new beginning. Let's see what this is about. Oh shit. Ugh. Yeah, the shit we're burdened about not being able to close anything, right? Unable to change shit. Yeah, it's almost feels like someone was codependent. Yeah, this King of Pentacles in reverse on an Empress. Like, bro, do you not see that shit? Like, the Four of Cups right there. Like, this man has his eyes taped open with a skull right there. Like, do you not see what the fuck you are playing with type shit? That's that judgment. If you look at yourself as if you had literally you in your hands, what would you do? If you were to pick yourself up right now and be like, look, I need to control you this way, that way, so this way can change in this type of way. It's like if you're not pulling your own strings and doing it in the perfect manner, what is perfection in the eyes of a mystic? Obviously, you taking care for yourself. That's you guarding that treasure. That's you understanding that ambition, that hunt. It don't matter if you big. It don't matter if you small. Like if you pull that mask off and it's still you smiling, then what the fuck does that say? The wheel's turning in your favor. It means I don't give a fuck. Four of Swords, Page of Wands in reverse. I understood the messages given to me. If they were false messages, then what are they guarding? What is it that they're on the hunt for? The devil in reverse. Understanding the fucking evilest traits that we have in ourselves. King of Wands. Page of Pentacles in reverse. If we're unable to offer as we're passionate with anything, then understand what's going to move in your favor and what burdens and what kinds of shit that you're going to be holding on to that isn't going to move in your favor, having you walk through the shadow of the valley of death. It's giving you that clarity, right? So to see what treasure we're guarding. King of Cups, that's our intellect, that's our love. Hermit and the Ace of Swords, that's us understanding our truth, yeah. For real, like, they ain't shit, bro. Because if it's you and yourself in the center of everything else, what do you feel is going to give you the sword of the truth? Like, you understand in the book of Ezekiel, like, bro, angels gave us a fucking scroll to swallow. And if you're not using that scroll to your own use, then what are you doing? What kind of intentions do you have? Because right here it's saying this is a truthful, loving, and a guarding. That ambition and that's that fucking negative shit. If they're unapologetic, then leave them be because they're not gonna do shit anyway. It's like I was asked, how are you gonna prevent a bomb? You can't prevent a bomb. You can't stop a bomb, but you can stop the person from doing it, from starting that shit. And let's hope it happens soon before the end of the year because who knows? We might not even see 2023. We got all this shit going on. We got the whole fucking coronavirus and shit, like Corona itself. No, and it does sound good with a lime too, but like shit, that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is making sure that your headspace is your headspace is clear. That's all you gotta fucking know. My mind is good. I'm feeling good. You might as well just keep on going. Make sure that everything else is good. Because if I myself can check myself before anyone else, what am I really doing? What do you think is going to turn in your favor? What do you think is it? Staying in poverty all day, understanding that I'm working for a man that doesn't even exist. If you make a human being feel seen, then by all means, lay that shit to rest. That's all it is. See, I'm trying to start a fucking. I'm trying to, yeah, start a label called Optic Studios. It's what does your intuition? What is your intuition telling you? Who is I if I'm immune to the rays of light? Love, I love. Keep no secrets and lead, young survivor. Like, if people try to bring you down, put yourself down by putting them down. It's like, you know what? Okay, you try to put me down, but fuck you. Like, everyone be playing the hurt shit behind their tarot readings. It's like, no, I'm playing jazz. This is real soul. Like, if you don't know nothing about soul, then what do you know about Jesus? That's God, nigga. Like, oh, I shouldn't even be saying that, huh? But all love to West Side Gun. Like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Oh my goodness. And if you're not making anything with pure intention, your hands, you were gifted hands for a reason. You were gifted ears for a reason. And if you feel shooketh up by the words that you're being told, then that itself means it's working. And what it means by that is that sword is cutting through the demons, through the bullshit. And if you're not going to change that through pure action, then the only story you're bringing to the world is hate. So it's like, with all this war and shit going on, who's Uncle Sam and who's stealing my money, bro? And I'm gonna keep saying that until I figure out where my fucking money's at. I don't care about no finance. I don't care about how much I have in my pocket. Just say, where the fuck's my money? Roads, overseas, taking land instead of me. In God we trust, but who's God if we were the most divided ones? Come on now. Uncle Sam's an entity that's fucking making us back in poverty, Let my people go type shit. Who's gonna be a natural born leader if you're not? Ain't nobody helping me do this shit. Boldness, patience. The times require that everyone should speak out boldly in arts as well as in arms or in the Senate. See, woman of science, that's that Queen of Swords energy. That's the one who is able to bring the lightning. If your ambition and your drive, you seeking, you gotta understand who Jerusalem is. Jerusalem, not only being a city, but portrayed as a woman. As She's looking down at all her people like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know this was going to happen, but you guys were warned. By whom? The angels of the night. Doesn't that mean to respect every aspect of life? And it still says the times require that we speak boldly. Like, what else do you want me to say? Despair in reverse. Leave that shit behind. The only one putting you in despair is you. Exuberance is beauty. Understanding that thou art a man, God is no more. Thy own humanity learn to adore, for that is my spirit of life. Awake, arise to spiritual strife. We ourselves can put ourselves heel over head. Like, how the fuck do you do that? Isn't it head over heels? If you feel your heel over your head, then isn't that frown upside down? You ever seen the devil's face on cocaine? Time is the mercy of eternity. Without time, swiftness, which is the swiftest of all things, all were eternal torment. So those who don't want to harmonize, let them be. But love and harmony combine, and our souls entwine, while thy branches mix with mine, and our roots together join. You see, that's that assistance. Loud and more loud, the living music floats upon the air. If your music is tender, loving, and caring to those around you, then you know understand the strength that you have as that assessment. What do you feel like I can do to balance out my own skills instead of balancing out anyone else's skills? Because if I can't balance out my own skills, then whose scales am I balancing? Because if you want the money, you can take the money. But don't take my life away. That's all it is saying. Without contraries, there's no progression. Attraction and repulsion, yeah. Reason and energy, love and hate are necessary to human existence. You see, that intellect of hardship, the desire of man being infinite, the possession is infinite, and himself infinite. It's um, it's understanding what we must lay to rest. It's understanding that all the shit that we keep adding up, who's gonna take it off our plate? Because if I end up handing it to my neighbor, what the fuck do you think they're gonna do? Probably reject it. Why? Because of the shit that's been happening. What? The past? What are we trying to do? Fix the future? How are we doing that? By still looking at fear? You guys can see Biden can do so much right now. Like, man's is losing. You can see everyone else is losing it. Why? Because everyone else is feeding each other bullshit. Think what happened 300 years ago. Think what happened 600 years ago. Think what happened 1,000 years ago. To the shit that we're still doing now. Like, what happened during the satanic panic during the 80s? What do you think happened during the psychedelic 60s? Disco of the 70s? It's each generation will keep coming, and it doesn't matter what. If this is the last generation, then if you understand what is spirituality and what is science, exactly. The problem is the problem. The problem is not the problem. The problem is the problem. So, what do you feel the problem is to you, as opposed to you feel like you should be fixing it? How are you going to do it with someone else's intellect if it's not your own? It's even saying King of Cups, Hermit. What do you feel like the Hermit does? He keeps to himself. He loves himself. He knows his truth. He guards his fucking treasure. What is that? That's his intellect, his knowledge. I feel like fucking, what's his name, Ted Cruz? Knowledge. See, man of poetry, to justify the ways of God to men. Not only will you be the person to justify the ways of God to men, but you yourself will be able to strip down naked if you want to, show your ass to everyone, and be like, fucking kiss it. I got a dick. I don't want to be one. So if the ass is the only thing that you can see, then a dick I don't want to be. Otherwise, I'll fucking smack you in the face with it if you want. I ain't tripping, bro. See, lay that shit to rest. That all that is energy that is gifted down to us. It's like on this book alone, like what I got, Benjamin Franklin was part of the Hellfire Club, and isn't he on the $100 bill? Max is OG as fuck for joining them orgies. Like, how do you think politicians do it? Through sex, manipulation? How do you think people do it on the street? Sex, manipulation? There's been a study of those penguins from Happy Feet. They fucking have sex, steal pebbles, and run away with them. Fucking monkeys pimp each other out. What's different about them that's different about us? And it's all energy. Exactly. So if the opposites do not attract, then what is attracting it? Because when Armageddon does happen, the resurrection of Christ is actually going to happen. Like, oh, the occult book by John Michael Greer, A Chronological Journey from Alchemy to Wicca. But I need to get more information because I can't just keep using that book for information. I only use it because it got pictures that I can use. And I like those pictures. See, error, creativity. See, that devil in reverse, understanding our errors, what we kept ourselves bound to. Was it other people or was it ourselves? Because I must create a system or be enslaved by another man. I must create a system, okay, me being your host, Oscar Vinavaca, or Punching, or Mystic Merlin, or Detective Scrooge, or, fucking Dabbing Divinator, Milk Bread Bowl. I believe so. But it says, I will not reason and compare. My business is to create. So if you're not creating with your feelings, which I'm going to end it off here, stepping into your power, understanding what you are seeking with your ambition, you will be followed by rodents in a way of they're going to try to take from you. They see where you're going for, and they're going to try to take it. Kind of like, if Judas didn't sell Jesus out for his selfish needs, then what do you think would have happened? You got to understand, sellouts will sell people out. I don't know what the fuck, but yeah, I'm just gonna end this shit, dude. Fuck 30 minutes. Pink milk bread. Um, Hold on. So the second house says, your beliefs, what you value, your resources, resurrect, get to the heart of it. It's like a do or die situation. It's like you must. Yes, that one. The chronological journey from alchemy to Wicca. Yes, it's the blue one. Responsibly, use any knowledge responsibly. Like that's all it's saying. Because my sister. All right, so crazy story of how I ended up here. Before I came out here, my sister told me she had a dream she was pregnant, and she went to the doctors, and next thing you know, she's pregnant, and the baby's almost due. And if I were to tell you the truth, like I had witnessed the bridge between life and death. I also seen the garden of Eden, the tree of knowledge. We ourselves are the tree. Just remember that. We will not be gods, but we will be as gods. That's it. That's all I have to tell you. Do not worship any other god before me. Meaning, why would you give grace to something that led you to despair? Give grace to something that gave you life. Give grace that your hard work will end up paying off. Because if blood is on your hands, then what do you think the earth is screaming? Every single body in the ground, what do they have to say? What do they have to speak? Because the fallen angels will continue falling, and those who will continue rising will forever live with eternal life. Therefore, this is William Blake here. These William Blake cards itself is a resurrection. The sense of spirituality, now mixing in with science in the new age, is going to be a resurrection. Because without contraries is no progression. Attraction and repulsion, reason and energy, love and hate are necessary to human existence. If your dreams led to where you are right now and everything is starting to make sense, then you're starting to connect with who? God, who? The divine, all, the one, the you. Like, if, at the end of the day, when you're alone, it's just you and the sun. So it's like that harmony is what you want to be known for, what is believed about. Use the quickest way in the contraries of leadership, the creativeness of doing what you want to, and laying the rest will energize and confront to force yourself to understand, to learn or teach, be positive and grow and expand. Last but not least, do it responsibly. Success, your energy, responsibly. Use your energy responsibly. Use your energy in a successful manner. Become a person of power and status. Remember yourself now. Reconsider your decisions. Now is not the time to. The power of love, investment, gambles, and other games are creation. The nurturing of feelings caused by reaction. Follow your gut, not your butt, because nobody wants to smell that shit, okay? So Crazy shit. Crazy shit. I love y'all. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Stay well. Stay happy. Remember, we're all loved. We're all seen. We're all. Because who is I if I am you under the rays of the light? You won't understand unless you get it, unless you walk it.